te baba mu no enema ye den ekoso nkakra yanko education NDC ba ye in fact me ankasa me nuanum ko school mpapa num ko school even say me nuanum ko school mpapa mu tua school fees NPP for catch say be betwa free senior high school mu TV almost free senior high school the NDC be betwa mu NDC ba ye ne aban a ya tumu dia ko 3.5 billion cedis free senior high school sika edi hyemu ebi nsi da NPP e ba ye enne me no ka say ye manua ne omudi mahu video bo social media plan ko suya no mo boy yura mahama baso enkra mo school mo but me video bi so a enkra demonstration so munya aduane nya den endi
yemo bibia akwaba emfamra mega TV en platform we eso Hussein Ibrahim Ashanti Regional Minister Dr. Frank Amakohene the spokesperson na brantie no ohwe de wa osi communicate na adwuma obo e wa santimentam honom edeboa Dr. Frank Amakohene any NDC abaya owura ne sabas body. And I've always been saying MPP senka muma enkwada chance ema mo nso eba party ni mu eba exhibit omo communication skills a nkanya ni se ne biti se poyando wagina Ashanti Region Communication Directorate ni so a odi aden agudie ama ene obia NGMPP entum eba no communications a one opanypa bi a MPP communicator ene ko hia one TV station radio station bi na ibe koni akwakuti nsem no emu nchire mu ohwe hawa owura no Hussein Ibrahim Sammy Gyamfi Junior saa na ebo no nane oto no boase odrebo NDC grown ass man communicator na chese sebieburu sebianyado eyampa sese biewo akwadanya nsafo no na ye opanyin bi nso ho no yenko na yenkoti nsen no emu enchire mu na ekoba na kan na ebeto aso yen platform we eso abusan for mesro so do comment betum na wa like na wa share na wa subscribe to this channel but the most serious note no ebeboa na any update bi e betum no wonso wanyi bi ati yenko ni ntinsen bi emfa embra
ye boko de
tachama de bu jomna mo javi fusari de na kokon aye na fumu de kiro jomma mo so eguso ye na fumu so de senebe ya bibia be okay de amaye no we de me cham we de so mo so ye in fact anope bia no mitimu misu ne ma bebre de edi free mu munya mre echechire Ghana form semu musa criticize constructively am aban no hu se e wo se wo ya ade e beboa timamufo no timamufo no bebre na asem kan kire mu se mu da nhira fa mu da mase yi me chiatifo ni ahwefo mo social media nyina ma gibre a mo so muti nhira FM anope ye ti rotikoko so asase so de nana nyankwada me de chia kese so free Dr. Frank Amakohene asoye edema asantima nyina ate nearly 3 days no kopi mu onkran ti wo hwe mo kan budget no na wotimu bi otimu nyina nya bibia no person kutie nhye ne ma pa ayiro John Dramani Mahama ewo de ma asantima because obi opa de akokotoko ni abo eno hwe yiro Mahama opa de pa de abakotoko ntine was regional minister Dr. Frank Amakohene koho no kutie ni nyina in fact kutie tie no say yes asantima ye chefa ye den ewo mu minim say ye kase ye di nkomo na ye bi do musuko na asantima nyina hu say yiro John Dramani Mahama eja wanja ye mu na waso ye mu yi
okay men so da se pa CVV yenwa budget no because me for unya time ba so yeah political science kakra now when Kwame Nkrumah was brought to Ghana ne ideological differences and personality conflict on the then UGGC enya now what kind of reasons why he broke away so you know see Amase the Veranda Boys in those days you know the CPP was the talk of town now in the IS and in fact I on the budget
production Mabedu for consensus, especially Chama. Chama Casim no more dollar man, Chairman. Mamin chapter for mine and I'm not joining Ray Antisam, one of our own, Rashid.
from a juma waka should be saying the heart hand. I don't know why I'm not saying a kuma na anaja. I'm not driving motor bus with no answer.
Wow.
The issue na pay better name I see.
Na me fan currency.
That for if na me na I mean budget kuma abai de bo o my every year bia. Ohwe de wunya ni de obese. Na mprempi no budget ne mum be miensa. Your surplus budget and your balance budget and your deficit budget. Now, Osha surplus budget, we ya scanning be crack. Uba community balance budget, baby, Uba Comana, no secretary, no, I pepe. And the deficit in the Uba Bobs account. Osha, we are see bare 95% will be ISAT, a very friend deficit budget. That's our common manu, so sin is a it means your expenditure exceeds our revenue.
Yeah. Now,
this time around, it's the same thing. Send an UG can Osha percent spending 268 million against a percent resistica 268 million. Meanwhile, you're spending 302 million. Means a deficit today about 34 billion. A buy house or register.
Okay.
Now, I did about quite a person will say. Say a deficit budget. And I say we can change it.
Okay.
Say bet to me, I don't know so even though you're going to both and about you want to back it to because you're to register
okay.
Can we do that? Yes or no? Say yes, I'll come back to my because they say we are seeing corner. Technology, some natural resource is becoming waste. Why should our natural resource be waste? I think that's lithium. Lithium buying the system, I'm for lithium about or maybe I'll share the area of Tariq between Libya and Niger. It's one of the resources of Munyeska. It's also lithium, idea inside dry cells, I'm cover a footboard, you're moody and I don't know. What my side, I'm not in outside for. In the lithium, board air coffee. It took a man PPD side the same lithium agreement, he buys a barry agreement. Now you are doing 10%. At that time, now. Lithium a ton at $3,000. And I mean, look, I say I drop about $680. Meaning, say, sir, I didn't born a table phone. We share UTA news to finance minister say, a drop in revenue on oil about 35.7%. There are two things for say it is depleting and a price and also enter on cost. We are saying, meaning, say, most of the resources in above form. In Ghana, for instance, the production of cocoa is dropping as a result of a friend saying, Gyamfi and NPP. They are to get above form. And so the expectation of Ghanaians, was slow. You pay rules, you pay interchange, you pay way, you pay doom so. These things are all money. Unfound Sapan, Wakana, Unya Moses nowadays, we are the Bonaye, they be we scared of the. So, what do we do? It means that anytime I say meeting, Ghanaians demand the beer and also a raise fund. Whether you Brunei at 2 and now say you raise that through tax and they are balancing. Now, advantage of women say, Uta Brua, or better near 2 because over this kind of thousand, can also be to a better thousand. So, I say, in Tia, and the better near one spec, you push it in near Chama. The problem I want to say, most of the revenue are generated through indirect tax. And it's about indirect taxes, most of it ends up affecting cost of living.
Okay.
Because indirect tax, a tax, a producer can pass it on to a consumer. This is a nation, because about add to tax more. It means more advertisement for baby, I know, mobile to Mukaka. Minimum Sabagas or tax so directly, and not affecting Shafim.
Okay.
So, most of the world, I'm make sure say direct tax, more because I know affecting cost of living. And the year, up to 9 million, say, Nipa tax for Ghana directly are less than 10%. Yeah, better 10 million. Nipa tax directly, and yeah, up to 3 million. Nipa Muye Juma or Kruma, Yamata. But yeah, Shada system is your formal and informal sector. And the capital is informal sector. But capital be Itamawuyano, a church. But such a tax. And the first point. Let me visit Abai Baba Shai and say, hey, our idea of horizontal taxation. You be a tax net in him. Now, Kaminu say, capital net will come die within to GB 50,000. And also, just gonna quite his own tax. Am I by? POP 30,000 or own tax more by Tyler or claims or no informal center. Why Tyler a feedback no aji no give 100,000 no so dey. No to tax.
See what is dangerous, Crass. Most of the Tylers ne POV for almost free Togo near the never.
About one high down. Fina we
Tyler. Oh yeah, na hona no tena mu ye. Owi no aji sika ne nyina na wa repatriate funds na. Ndi me ifi back in the 2001. And President Kufuor those times guys were widening the tax net.
Yes.
How can we really and pragmatically widen the tax net?
It should be part of our policy. Say with Ghana card, I said it captured most of our information. You know, we can use it to get everybody on board because so Ghana card now. Every BBA transaction baby, you need to use Ghana card. At certain point in time, you're slotting your Ghana card. You must show us the work you're doing. It's a Ghana card. Say, oh, you're carpenter. Oh, more. And baby, I open favor. No, make me say, oh, you're carpenter. SHÂMÉ out your tax. When we start doing that, I can encourage you about your tax. But when me a carpenter need a video, I can go and get a whole house. Me bosso, my T-boat, me workmanship and number 60,000. Me jana me about my tax no minimum crew. Teacher 3,000 there. You are telling VAT, you are telling then you are telling interest above your number 2,800. So when we start with widening the tax net, it means you better receive more revenue, and you better reduce its defense budget deficit. But no, even though to me, balance budget in there by say budget now is our capacity to be a Then we also look at our expenditure. Yeah, na ye per se ye program bia in terms some of them there almost a scanner doors, but per se short-term program. Because my buy number, my young we are, there's no guarantees you'll be able to also. And we are talking about agenda 111. Aha, stay there and Becca say that time money allocated was 100 million. Which I would divide by a number of projects and Babayana. Let us say who divide 100 million, say 5 projects. I bet my buy 6 at that time. We can also do that. Me casena many a mankin or that program that day. Let us say look, one Agufado, and you $100 million, you know. And find 6 projects. Now, so we complete 6 projects, you know, at a place I'm in hospital. And Quebec is at least what my 6 district hospitals. I'm sure one person between it can be done in 8 months and stuff. Yes, you know, not a single one was completed. But also the sky could do my now the government is saying only 10 for this year. Between this year to next year, the assistant I will only say a say.
About deterioration.
And the other time, I said last year, you 20 million, a baby. By the time I do, you want to be 40 million. And one and 9 minutes, and they say, oh, or they are open office for value of money because the value of money. And she said from Agent, all the money projects are out of 111, by 10. It means by something I count. By the time I do the last one, then the cost on times 3. Means the value of money and engagement. It is because you believe say some judgment to a to so that one should be also looked at. And this about project next as one. Your money look at Kakrabit Mayano, it is Kenchuma, your resource of frame. Now save. One of the things I use in our budget, any waste system. In fact,
waste.
Yes. Now Eugene I talk about friends nursing teachers 3 allowance. It's one of the wastes.
Really?
I'm telling you, me.
Who say waste?
A big waste. I say.
Then a man waste. I buy this camera. Ne man for. Someone cushion there. Men fan so much. Won't you move fees? Who be the that time of the month near there?
Say Omaya obi ko teacher training. We used to have from 12 from 13. The man 500 cities. That same man. Probably I see why you should to school near pon. Because school now.
How much look heavy downpour.
Sabi wo operating from straight to close school or to to school yem yanam de mushi o to go show na ma jam na o school na pon the same country and yet the same region I am obi 500 naira de no the same region obi to or go school so swat akunya kitchen they can say is it kitchen studio every fear no the alcohol meanwhile onuna walk from the grassroots there person or end baby ade pa koron so akodu. So I don't think I just for more so. And political policy because those people top them.
But so unim say in governance, and yes, Sikabia or my obey, you know, and I always expect to say like you make profit. You must also ensure say your citizenry are comfortable.
The entire nursing general also. I'm sorry, President Kofona by some and the buy what's to motivate people to go to nursing. Make in the 90s. I'm going to announce forms that are free. Because one of my friends, Sadiq, is an engineer of Yari. Now talk with GD man. na free for that time and the president go phone say motivate and this allowance and buy and from the report I hear from GTech 2016 even when your mama every year I did from 2015 the next 2016 the enrollment no concern because we that friends there's a term for it no so school we is added for the money pay enroll
quota system
quota system if and your more be allowance say on nursing as a motivation to do what or we are doing our way. In fact, but this is they are not bonded. Or we are about to travel. Last year, so last 2 years, near me call London as a nurse. Scabbing on that break. A mother is a free as a nurse. So my point is that such canon we can locate it to continue mills police away here, removing the schools and the tree. You are looking at some money now. At least at the primary level, so by access to good education. Or do a conference. Safety conference won't even compare or be a school and trotroso. Next, I got the school to Sapa. Now, by it take a long time to complete it, and to me, say, and also to me, a waste of resources.
Okay.
Now, I say, why didn't negotiate with the IPPs from 1.4 billion, 1.1 billion for something? Do you remember saying NPP by almost the same renegotiation? I don't know the side they come from. It's not about renegotiation in here. It's about paying the debt. Because Uja debt now, Sydney air follow no, it's a debt in a mood. And I think say what matters most is say no matter how the negotiation is, you make sure so within the time frame I had that also you may pay off that debt. Now one high Nigeria Debia, you save money through negotiation, you save money through negotiation, it's not solving the problem.
Okay.
And the issue of this
what's there now as a Ghanaian our budget no more a mawa hoto so pass moving into 2026 in the name of
one of the things I've been hearing this palm oil policy I'm so neighbor.
Okay.
Because I've been saying say there was you add value to our natural resources. Say in BF palm oil IBPR, I think it's good. Okay. And Usha Amusebe Kreti, direct and direct job over 800,000. Say to me, yes, I ABA take Galamsin for Nosubi. But we are going to say, yes, any parent, but officials will be a palm and almost 250,000. Okay, even if it's 250,000, I think it's a good for him. I'm a Baba coach, and at the end of the day, a Jumani creator more man.
Okay.
And the construction of that road from Accra to Kumasi, one of the things I can watch, I think it's also a plus to us. Apart from that, one thing I mean, some way a good ever boy, send a council generating business, you know, that threshold I might raise it from 200,000 to 750,000. But here in here, what matters most is say, sell company on declare proper profit. And there I hear Kruman say, there's no proper tracking. And Tilipano, and one catch you say, my profit at 10 cities, let me tax 5 cities. You move all this waiver and they will not be honest to us. If I look at mills policy, but I say new companies, if I'm 3 years tax waiver, company 2.5 years, I don't call declare bankrupt. So company are the same company in 2 weeks I've not started, I've been in AG, not establishing so continue. So it's not about most of the time we are buying a try say about small scale and medium but on one kasa and share the no crime. So in all matters we want matters most enforcement. Last year I buy capital expenditure the capital expenditure crazy. We should buy a budget of 250 something million last year. But I say spending not more than 200 million. I think less than 200 billion. And this time around, on moment is scout or approve of a best spending system about room. System.
Okay. Yo, me that's a palma. Menkaiti for Sir Michael S.L. Mills. It's from the new Patriotic Party. We're joining, you know, had the opportunity. I'm not so much in Hussein. Me too. The same was say about Papa. Then plan our budget we might just say moving into 2026 and every home high.
Okay, a big kind. With our senior Queen outside the man. Media Mr. Metana Mukasa Fidi, so na Mama Busiafo,
Umpeja microphone, na after my phone to Kai.
Na Mama Busiafo, Omoshre, Omadofo, Omomanu Yako. It was unfortunate, but I see, and I mean, him say, going forward, you know, and penny for Enfa Nemungu, Musene Beya, Ebin Sibu. Ghana de baby ani pese BBC we ani abegbobo ho we no be ho mo ni my ideas akese na ke wo say yes no yes prevention is better than what cure until yen try na going forward no ye be modernizing yama na emphasis amba cry pe budget ne de asempa so wo sha Ira John Mahama na ye wonwum be say o de asempa na mo Asempa na mo audience enti asempa na
ye didn't nam any debate Ghana for him. And after budget no me share publics no they were almost say kasa social media radio so in fact menya gidi bi o me mu say aban papa ye den aba na me be start kra adomu su ko no me pese hu ni say yira to forcing yankopon ena de no suma oman eden ma oman Ghana say oman Ghana mu di no so mfa so ena na yedi no so mfa so no.
You think Ato is forcing?
Ato is forcing. Na say NPP for na nkasa kra sorry parliament house nyuma mutu nyina mo say Ato wo yire hu wo force Ato wo force enti but who say mrebi na nkan ko fo bi so mo implicate no what you are saying ka or how I got na ekomi nyina no nke enya yero Ato force no komu chi no tu mo person mo chi no pe kwantunu ase yes mo yes anema ni na ba ne enema ye den asesa me kan budget ni wie no. In fact, me TV and me say kind budget no kakra, and portions are me pese me domu su kon kakra me call education sector no. Okay. No, I call the economic nature, economic economic parts no, the macroeconomic and the microeconomic indicators no. Ye nyina ye wo Ghana ha nim say, and now me know kasa sisi wo hwe KPI. Be ni hono ma obetimi aka say oh they to previous governments no ho. No, I can say they were better than the and the economic indicators ni nyina no NDC ye far better than NPP. I mean we say NPP ni bie ni honom a obetima dispute asema making ye me offer is a no so ha me so no the economy no wasua bebre woni finance mu kakra nti the make no anim say no kre me starting me dey call eniema ma me wodwomu mpapa wodwomu. And then me know because budget here kai ami ehu say enema na na eso tin kakra no na ye because of economic management NDC are buying led by Euro to force in any Bank of Ghana edigu akwemu enema ye hu sa nema no inflation inflation na 23%. NDC efra bam 2016 na inflation 15.4%. NPP buy omusu fra bam no 23%. Ye ba ye no ye be fa free 23% e de aba 8%. Ye de aba single digit 4 years ni ehun bi. Inten this ya boy hu modin ye. But ye kan inflation MPP before no be na meeting radio ni ye mo say mu gina say mate inflation aba 8%. But to come from hono ma eja nema bo e den edin. Ye kan inflation na ye kan pempenso an nema bo e kosoro. En ne metimi akwakoto paper e bia phone we en me koto phone we 1000 cedis. Na sa de china me kono mo de 5 cedis pen aka ho a different as compared to me koto phone we 1000 cedis. Na de china me kono mo 500 cedis na eden aka ho. En ye ka inflation no. Enti ehwe NDC ta me wa ba mu. Enima bi wo ha ma me no mo dwumo mu do mu nim. Unim POP cement. POP cement NDC efra ba mu na 28 Ghana cedis. NDC NPP fra ba mu na 115 cedis. Enne yes what about 95 cedis NDC buy no. Ya save omo to POP cement to 20 Ghana cedis. From 15 cedis ye buy ya to so about 9 cedis. They hear me kese wa hanim say iron rods. NDC efra ba mu na iron rods bo make 16 mm no. Na ye 2800 cedis per ton. NPP fra ba mu na iron rods no ma tumwa de akwa kodu 9600 Ghana cedis na Ghana for su. NDC is buy no and the menu can say about 7,400 and they are saving almost 2,200 cedis, which is about papa ba. Inflation no as a children no.
What's the source of this document?
The source of this document me come market me turn niema omo musi adan nim omo mo dwom nim sasema making and throw bi anya den enimo calipo what can I say 2016 na 50 pesos NPP fra ba man irakofo no ko onum calipo kura de anka yenim de beba onum calipo no hwebia calipo koduru ye calipo koduru 5 cedis and then me no ka say 4 cedis 50 pesos baby 4 cedis e kire say aban papa ye den aba me no ka say palm fruit and we are abai amoka wants me palm fruit if from na 5 cedis pentro aba no NPP fra ba mu na no so for akọ 40 cedis NDC ba akọ 25 cedis e kire say esecre den eba me ka palm fruit ma me nyina ho
we market ben akwa yes aso
we market bia obeko bia no asema me ke ma me no do munim asema me ke me mboa
lipa bi so fee say the NDC government is benefiting and inherited sa economic indicators, who can keep your key performance indicators from the good works of the previous government.
Good works.
What will you say to that?
Good works, bay. I did some muda mobile, Omuzoma, or Mantiman, and Yemen, never been on my year. MP by then on my year, the good works burn on my year, and Nuntin, and my inflation. Inflation, whatever is eligible, say it has to do with the economic management team. So, what solid economic management team? There is no way inflation better than Abacosro. In the buy and in the years, ye liquid and solid and gas, be ye the Yankasa, ye bo kunko say any idea, but who's a name a day, SOT. Now, unimibi. Mako we say no we know. But who are they? What sectors of the economy? Industry sector. We share a year NPP and one Kasa.
You mentioned earlier so about education, so I was waiting for you to go there. Okay.
We share industry sector. Industry sector, and over 2024 budget statement and economic policy, over page 23, table 8. Industry sector grew by negative 1.1%. And the Minuka industry sector is growing by 3.2%. Osha manufacturing sector, it grew by negative 1.1%. And the Minuka says 6.3%. Osha construction sector grew by negative 8.9%. And the Minuka says 4.9%. Mama baby, sanity pepe. That should tell you say NDC babemu and nyema de e kosun kakra. Yanko education. NDC baye. In fact, me ankasa me nuanum ko school. Mpapa num ko school. Even say me nuanum ko school, mpapa mu tua school fees. NPP for catch say be twa free senior high school mu TV. Almost free senior high school the NDC be twam. NDC baye ne aban a ya tumu dia ko 3.5 billion cedis free senior high school sika edi hyemu ebi nsi da NPP baye. Enne me no ka say ye manua ne omudi. Ma hu video bo social media pa no kosua na mo boy ewra mahama baso enkra mo school mo. But me video bi so a enkra demonstration so munya aduane nya den endi. Am fun sisi a so munya aduane ndi. Enti eno kire se NDC baye no enne ma sesan kakra hwe na say ya okwa asante achem tomatoes
and more invested how much for the free education
3.5 billion cedis and in this shemu ABC da
and yet double standards.
I did double standards
because if the candidate Mahama can say or X amount of money in free SHS, but eventually he wins power. Now, just as you are saying, which is a fact, so why increases the going to free SHS? Is that not double standards?
Also, so X amount as an outcome on funding na as an okay, no on funding na enshemu. Okay, and a school no so a group. I was saying time of free SHS started here. NDC started progressive free senior high school. You had 12 million cedis per. And they absorb 360,000 students. Na me can be benefited be their student fees. MPP you run up a barbecue or parliament house say NDC flow near Jaka free senior school 34 million cedis. Said I make an uti. And Tierra Mahama started free senior high school. But you buy no and Niema economy. And was say invest and crying and you know moody sending in a can be. And a man then crana come on why they atumuno. Enti eba eni aye amane me koso kakra he ade ba kwa metin no budget mo mani age kese ne say wodum say kg ye be kg schools makuma ku 200 primary 200 JHS 200 ye we say sabe procure buses 200 400 200 buses say 200 buses we kai say ye started be community day senior high schools say community day senior high schools NDC started 123 of them. Yefra bamna according to Matopoku Premper modernghana.com or Google say was in the year 46. Modernghana.com as an ye no
46 in
yes,
World Bank 23 in account.
Yes, yeah. Sana Matopoku Premper modernghana.com sana okay. What is, oh you I say you can no. Matopoku Premper the former education minister.
Senior.
Honorable Matopoku Premper please.
I'm only drawing that.
Oh, yes. Oh I understand. What you say? And no chire say ampa NDC buy no ya boy home modern education capitalism grant ye buy ye 2 MPP for kan MPP for bottle nyina ye tua me no ka say unim say MPP for BC no mo deka BC ye buy ye NDC ye say da bi e wo say tua san ne mewe nyina di free wonum say da be ya oman no e kanya den emmene ye enti ye tua BC 122 million cedis ye tua school feeding 895 million ye tua wo hwa leap beneficiary 477 yetua capitation grant maker no 72 million yetua wo hwe essential enuro a ye beto beboa bi ti say ntoburo ni sa ne ma no ya disburses ka koto sa ne ma ni na de aba health insurance 1.4 billion claims yetua NPP 2022 omunya over 2 billion none even 0 pesos from fan ko claims ni mu 2022 which NDC aban papa ye den aba get fund ya on cape get fund emails kan ko na be ma education infrastructures ne be den ebe koso be bring eno che say NDC ye budget ye draw ye dwene eye Ghana fo hu yie unim say
fasima me na me
unim e friend say bangwe bangwe I just want you to bangwe e friend say National Investment Bank NPP time na egu National Investment be kai say time na yes
unyina so ye de
me nanko fo bi panic me show data na egu ni say mikita omoyi wa hanim say we share 2024 a car boy was 34 million cedis almost a project is 2025 on be boka 42 million cedis and then me no ka say nie on profit omanya 146 million cedis.
You've been in governance for 10 months. Tell me in explicit terms.
The reason why the say government aya recapitalization of 1.4 billion cedis and they are bank no Ghana by Google or Ghana web or modernghana.com or buying a discussion 1.4 billion penodicium and then and for so yenya enono. So can't my refinery. NPP for a song komokoton. When can komoton. Almost $22 million. Omu value nyina mu kwakoton 22 million. Ever to abano NSC and TRC. NDC buy no. Me no ka say first 8 months tema oil refinery timanya revenue profit nkwa $21 million. Adian komo koton $22 million no. Yenya $21 million. Tell you say ya buy no. Eniema esesa enkakra. Wo share policy rate ana woka. Ene about 21% na 27%. NDC aboy homodin kama ya ye adwuma wo honom. Wo share debt to GDP ratio NPP na 68% and about 45%. HSN NDC aboy homodin kama. Wo share primary balance, wo share deficit, budget deficit. Eniema akoso ni nyina no kire say NDC aboy
I will be a hypocrite if I say the economic indicators as compared to time and SL no executive governance and some mobile is a more better. I will be a hypocrite.
Yes,
what you are saying is true.
It's
better.
Yes,
but time I'm also taking over from you in 2016. From 2016 to 2019, now your economic indicators and they are better from what they inherited. What is the guarantee that what we are seeing now will be sustained?
Also to 2019. Let me tell you something. Before COVID, so COVID by before COVID, near public debt a value from 120 billion, equal 122 billion. Before COVID, now your debt to GDP, and now making one seven. Now I cost 62%. From 56% to 62%. Before COVID.
I think you're not answering me.
No, I'm answering you. I just want you to know, sir. I just want you to know, to appreciate, sir,
what we are experiencing now. I'm not paying me, but I said it earlier. I got 2 for 500 cities. Meaning, baby, me gauge na me drew here. Previously, I got 500 and then for me drew. How is this going to be sustained?
Yegusu. Say now last year, this year budget near present year no. So when they were near Masako no. Good. There's our present next year. Sana ni mabesi ako. Trust era to forcing on will be on to so san fan anonya day emfa Ghana for Gerald Muhammad you ana unim diga Ghana for era mama mu na hu but we ma de ba kwa M11 say budget here kan MPP for minim so mu kita different budget a minim say omu ankasa I think say me papa be say way on one try non pay speaking points on kind budget non for main people communicators because you see idea and this buy any your speaking points but then the way can we nim your moka budget is Ghana for you to once again akwaba bibia you find there
nyame ato so boy
nyame tiase oni edini ye NDC for say aban papa aba you've listened to the budget
medase mama enchia na enchia etifo
okay
na me besha si die mama emfa enchia kese so emma minua a osaye madamfo lawyer Justin Frimpong Kudia.
Oh, okay.
The New Patriotic Party General Secretary. Na enra ena woda. Ono so em se afibiara no
se du na woda sana okeka ne nsa ase kakra na yekonya nka fie na yakọ na yenso kakra obo ade de adom ye no ono so anam ne nsa ase akọ no so de bi akọ akoye yinu amanketo aye mai ofa asem so amwa ti yenra yekọ ashtan ekokoye sa adoye no bi
ne nyame nhira no
nyame enkoso enhira na yade a afibia no
ene ka chen se nhira bodo no nhira bodo no so no kwa me de number no be ma ofa kakra nto ho so
nhira bodo na so ti start de wo nhira da
so yeah person kwada the less privileged the vulnerable in society so you do Christmas I say hwe to kwa ka so I want to see yes I want to see in the birthday package
yes donation on the nhira bodo because nyame eboan a was say yenso itumi ema yenso yemwa no eyemwa edema ataifo na memfa ekwenyenso enchia yewura Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na wono so ebon to said the new patriotic party asia hene ne atu ahene for baye na dom na yede yem franka no ahye ne nsem na 2028 no tumi edi party no enim ede akwakoko akupa ene enkoden ede amaye age tumi abre minu em se umre no ekwa dudu enti ebebo no tewtew se biebru se bianyado empanimfo se banche yew senyew ede na kire eja na abranti why ade oze sebi de ohun bi da no se mpebi ahwe enye de ohun bi da from 2017 to 2024 na meka sate so no so the verdict will be out there mrantie na mabawa o mo wa abonten.
Tell me your verdict.
You see, there is no way ebi ameme verdict no be atum. I want the public to judge them. Also ne obetra hay. Wa amfa dokono anya politics bio. Meboa. Yeko 2024 elections no. It wasn't about anything. But dokono anazemboa.
Oh, but that will not be fair. So because NDC for dokono kwa
yes. O mampeni mama kwa ko jina nkrakan. Ana meboa. Yes. What's the dokono asema wo kan economic indicators?
Na every time Akufo-Addo so can say dokono na mwasha se turn one city.
You see, the point is that the omoka ene obofode de na nam eho apaso.
Okay.
Ono asema o kan na anu say nkomodi na every dokono no e na make. You see, macroeconomic indicators or about or rattle na kama. Na madwene kyerem say almost say NPP for na yes ade no. Na me nim say NDC for so asua. Yes, ye move away from our populist side of economic communication to the realism.
Okay.
Say afedi who say macroeconomic indicators no. Say yes you use e the communicator anameboa. Good. I say economy no NPP for yes. You see senior Pameka Samcho, I'll be a hypocrite. Say between late 2021 and 2023 December Ghana for so far I'm telling you yes so far pa once I will say okoto fuel 500 when you see se fuel ebo etum kokodru $120 per barrel okotwa omo be kire o say I'm making for the past 2 weeks I monitor commodity prices every day. I want 64, 63, 62, $61 per barrel for over 4 weeks. And the idea could do $120 per barrel. Now $64 per barrel. It will only be a wicked person to say prices and muffin. And more or less when the petroleum sector is fully deregulated.
To a considerable extent, me know ya doing about the crude oil market price. But I mean, when you answer him, say about best 3 factors according to pricing of fuel or Ghana. We crude oil now, taxes are also, and of course the CD dollar valuation. No, can't be more time. There were a lot of taxes that we were calling say it ought to be scrapped.
Tax bien the taxes are still there. The taxes are still there, and they have added another 1.95 CD per letter. It is there. So the point is that
all the tax are so no born number from.
So and I make
compared to
say when the FOB price, an award market price, $120. No, me percent NTC Juma.
Okay.
What as you? Baby, I will quakoto or mokoto ma de nefraba. You see, I will not push them. They want to take the credit. Me dem say oil marketing companies in the air.
The OMCs.
Oh, I'm gonna cover no manaba. And you buying a cockra. Let us be fair to ourselves. So for me babetra. You see, when you take credit for something that you are not doing, and once
no, we can also move away from the rule of government. I remember some time another dollar no cry was wrong. There was a time the OMCs came, sat with government, and they agreed and pegged the dollar at 19. So
no, when it comes to dollar auction, at no point the government of Ghana sold dollar to OMCs. No, they projected their future and it became a problem. So you cannot go and pick a dollar.
I chose my words carefully. Said they sat with government.
No, they didn't sit with government.
They did.
No,
they did.
No. I have been part of the technical committees. They didn't sit with government to peg because it became a problem.
This is something that I've followed religiously.
No, government.
So I also know what I'm saying.
Government was auctioning. I can give you an auction sheet every week. We are 2 weeks now. Government was auctioning dollars to them 11.70. 11.70. At a point, I confronted one of them. Say, I buy Nigeria to so best sell it at a low rate. Why do you peg your future dollar rate at 19?
Yes.
Now they were being.
At least I'm happy to confirm they pegged it around.
So good. Yeah. So the point I'm making is I admit the fuel price is low for now. Yeah. But there's nothing you can do when the world market price has moved from $120 per barrel to $63 per barrel. All things being equal.
Yeah.
And another one may kind of say, you see, or say NPP terribly managed the economy. If that is their verdict, no problem. I don't expect them to say anything good about NPP, right? But the sweetness of the pudding is in the eating, right? Maybe by now, say maybe economy, managing it terribly, right? 2024, their own ECOWAS sub-region growth rate indicators, right? You projected, you said 2024 Ghana's economy grew by 5.7%. Wow, we manage the economy because the ability the ability of a sovereign economy to create an employment opportunity is normally looked through the growth trajectory of the economy. Say economy no betumi afa nipa enkwara wo hwe ne kwan economy no emu etre alam wo say me mabon ma anye ne ye agent mate, that's your verdict. Now so wo say me nyini 5.7%. Okay, wo also ba be ye ye no 2024 wo also growth no na 4.0. 2025 4.0. One wajatum. Maybe they are now say a bon kakan and we have 5.7% economic growth to GDP. Wo they are 4.0. No problem. What's our project to say? 2026 now. Wo total revenue. What moving from year 200 and say 220 billion dollars revenue we're moving to 362 billion Ghana cedis what was say 2026 you are growing at 4.8%, and this is and some you are a lot of force and catch them maybe they are not 220 billion Ghana cedis. I grew 5.7%. Who of close to 300 billion and will grow 4.0. Who was saying you could do some catches over 362 billion. Obabi did 362 billion. Now we are Ube economy 4.8%. 300 and so for me, and I make us say the verdict will always be out there, and those of us who are very critical about what you say, not what what you put into your document, not what you say or what I say. going forward, you see, media. And the end game is that the economy will be on its feet. Good. When you look at their 2025-2026 budget, senior, can adia ankoa ana susu jina bia omudia jina ho se emrante ne maba wa 2024 no mo tonyo se unemployment rate 14% no susu dua be na se si jina ho awo me ma ebia be sima ba ko a obetumi aka kire so susu dua we se de me amehwe a ebia mfie mienu mfie mesa ebetumi afa enkora se adwuma. You see the three cardinal principle for monetary policy management. It's about 1, reducing inflation, 2, making sure that you maintain interest rate, and 3, making sure you end up with full employment.
And the first 2 now, boy, inflation rate, Mujano 27. 23 point something. It is now single digit.
I have admitted.
Yes.
No, you see, when it comes to
offer policy rate, Mujano 23. To say it's, I think it was 27. To say it's around 21. Are they not doing well?
When it comes to single digit inflation, Coco check it from 2018 to 2021 under NPP. You see, I will always accept. Say 2022, late 2021, 2022, 2023. It was a terrible year. It was a very terrible for every Ghanaian. What else? Inflation could do 54.1 within that 2 years band. 54. Nobody was happy. But the good thing is that as it to me around 23. It means that but when it comes to single digit inflation, go and look at our inflation trajectory from 2018 to it was in the single digit. So I will not say I will not say
single digit running for like 36 months.
You see,
in this country.
You see, when you say 36 months,
yes.
What I'm telling you now, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021 was 48 years, 48 months. So for me, I will not, you see, Omamiga Central, I will not labor on the say the end results of everything will show out there because also will create a job. And normal Coco see right? It tells you something. Say indeed, me say 2020, 2025. Me ba be you see, omo ye allocation be.
Well, Mr. Unfortunately, your brain a corner.
Omo ye allocation. Mami okay, 24 hour. Almost 90 million. Nkokom ketenkete 244 million. Free Ghana 200 million. Make Ghana Green 20 million. Alternative livelihood 30 million. Namus 150. Digital Youth Hub 70 million. Codes 100 million. When you put all these things together, right? If this thing passe, are they also baby create a juma ediaman kwarano honoma, right? Enka nkurano nko board pema sebi bru sebi nyado na memfa ebi ekransie omukuye. These people would have sensed there's an opportunity. So when we call something signal effect, it tells you that the youth that you say you are providing job, they don't trust your ability to create job.
But on the flip side, I love the argument that you are raising. It's unfortunate say a time, as I would have on and on with all of you. But on the flip side of what you said, my appreciation is that Mahama is being honest with and to Ghanaians, because all these things or promise when he was a candidate, he's in government. Not buying a budget, why allocations to the fence as promised in opposition.
When you say he has been honest, right?
Yes.
You see, it is about resource, not about honesty. The results will define the level of your honesty. So when you say, I have allocated $1 billion, 1 billion Ghana cedis, but at the end of the day, at the end of the 12 months, what do you have to show? It is not about you being honest, allocate, because the point is that when you allocate 100 million for codes, and no crowd 100 million Ghana cedis for codes, no one catch them say 100 million. I have been to say a government communication 78 million Ghana cedis now allocate 2025. Capital expenditure 50 million.
Okay,
government communication.
NPP secretary will share so constituency. But that's a salam. Unfortunately, a brainer beat TNT with the event snapping kakra na subsequent next time in your time and we have in a budget now, but then we get time to digest it well.
I think one thing government will benefit here, this gold bond issue. And if gold bond is working, it's because it may enough dollars into the system. Yeah, we are heading towards we are friend equilibrium. I've been saying, say we are my resource. I know, and we are hopefully I will say, as for gold bond policy cannot be sustainable because ANA determine the price.
Gold bond, you think some policy is sustainable? Well,
policy, as a sales market.
What is driving them? Because we don't have control.
Yeah, we have control over it.
Commodity prices welcome. We don't have.
About the pricing drop, and that means income be drop. So I'm thinking is buying insurance and look at quite before so I minimize the demand for dollar at least. So come say dollar crash or two and high. I think any good. And I also got just say your debt about from kakra. I'm gonna have 45% to our GDP. And in as a result of say dollar and appreciating. Now it's an echo about this growth in terms of the GDP. The last budget we can say what NPP NDC government did was a slack budget. Because we guys all spend their money. Now we're expecting growth to be 3.8%.
Slack budget.
It's a slack budget. Someone with that lower a friend say a growth targeter and they're easy to jump on. What do you say? 3.8% amount.
Contracted.
And this time around, so we just can spend 302 no vis-a-vis 4. They are only 4.8% too from their previous success for my year. I think it's questionable, but I don't know. Maybe strategically, maybe we are may underground minimum. But it also battles the point say some of the figures are more catching or man spending because we compare capital expenditure last year and I said this year and meeting the expenditure approval. I think they are short of about 30% our man spending and someone spending as well a bad effective group because it means it's cancelled so every and so my point is that I'm man can say you are pointing out figures out.
Do you see something artificial in the management of the economy?
No, our economy has been artificial all this while not with this government.
Okay.
No, I couldn't be.
Hussein, quick one now for
number one, number one crown. Or say NDC, you grew to know your project C Benya 4.0, right?
No. We grew 5.7 2024. Your own budget said you grew 4.0 2025. You've made a projection. You said you will go 4.8 in 2026.
Then a page bear. I'll wait my boy page now. Page now kind right. Page now kind because maybe make it a page 13 of budget now. A year you are to force and a kind Maybe any one man. So growth rate now can the minimum say you grew a 6.3% until our budget now check it page 13. I mean every year. Growth in the 6.3%. Any,
I've seen the 6.3 on a flyer.
Yes,
so 70, I'm yet to cross-check.
No, a budget in a paragraph.
I have 70, it. Don't worry.
Check. Paragraph 71. 6.3. So if you have figure free, it is show NDC buy and near me into make us say your economic growth was better than year. Material budget in baby wa HSA the kind and yes and it's here. And on say I'm anyhow. Can person me call maybe or coin on oil now mo kan wasem unim say oil palm every year biano you spend $298 million near the crowd ba Ghana hanum say ni nyina anya dollar ho asem balance of payment deficit na kan nya biano
projected growth for us this year's growth
they grow we've grew by 6.3%. Yes. What I say? In fact, we projected.
I saw something we projected
4% in the year 6.3%.
And Salam Kase. As a moment, a very low. Yes, so that more person we had to do. Oh, yeah, my for. But economically, the projections also must be realistic and pragmatic.
Yes. So what has no,
and he laid the foundation. He laid the foundation. He laid the foundation. If you are spending more, then the growth also should be more. Okay, first of all, now no so more quick and then.
And one thing also was a Ghana for whom says here John say schools are more Ghana have piano more tom some more toku swell munton free Ghana had say idea.
Okay,
what you say a idea bebua because feed Ghana feed Ghana. A policy I know say nipa be bread support it. Yeah, could to a champion time. Nasa any money united and the schools need be bring na kasanso so munya farm.
How different is feed Ghana from planting for food and jobs?
Planting for food and jobs, no. Also, me a plan for food and jobs, no. A we as no, not food inflation. okay, food inflation. Now, okay, 10 countries, World Bank report and more him say 10 countries na Ghana ya can be. Ultimate be plenty for food and jobs. Now food inflation the cost na Ghana for nya duane ndi. But and then me no can say, and you know me ba me do no secret. I say the entire man plenty for food and jobs na CP no. Eh say what say who person unya food inflation say CPR. And I say food insecurity a CPR. I was say unya all year round production. And then also benya all year round production. I was say ultimate who say irrigation ebe matter because then so top bremba by tom bremba. But who can show me one village one dambi. E me we say sika almost say no. But yeah ba ya the name of
I'm enjoying the conversation, but unfortunately I don't have time on my hands. Yes.
From my background, right. One thing I don't know how to do it is quoting figures without source. No. Because it is something that I have been doing, and what I'm doing now, my professors everywhere are listening to me. So there is no way me quote figure me pese oje ayi kitami, right? We a 2026 budget.
Budget kind of
yes. Okay. Yes, paragraph 41. Page 7. What the Francis is kind of paragraph 41. 41. What the kind meeting?
Okay. ECOWAS sub-region growth and inflation outlook. Mr. Speaker, growth in the ECOWAS sub-region is expected to rise from 4.4% in 2025 to 4.7% in 2026, signaling a gradual and broad-based infrastructure investment and renewed momentum in regional trade and integration. The WIMO economics in particular are forecast to expand by 5.6%, reflecting sustained agricultural growth and improved policy coordination. Okay, Ghana there no 3.8 to 3.1, 5.7, 4.0, then 4.8.
Or as head
but he's talking about
head
ECOWAS sub-region growth rate.
You see,
this is it.
No, it is my time. No.
I will look at it.
When we say ECOWAS sub-region, the ECOWAS, why ECOWAS sub-region for 2020 say 4.7. WEMU 5.6. Then uba na about the individual countries.
Okay.
Good. Individual countries, we have 2026 projection. Benin ebe 6.7. Burkina Faso be 4.8. Eba Cote d'Ivoire 6.4. Eba Ghana 4.8. Uko Guinea-Bissau 5.0. So for me, if someone country said this material it is coming from your budget, go and ask whoever told you. Said me, I am lying because I didn't put these figures there. Did I put this figure? No, you see,
you grow 6.3, and the next project will grow 4.8. It's good news.
Good. And what are your projections do?
You grow for
so for me,
and then you are expecting
a reduction in your growth. Yes.
Good. What's it? Sub-region growth. And I'm Modiaba. So you have admitted, say, though you are requesting for more, but you are anemically growing slow. And that is not good for say over to me a creative economy, a creative opportunity for Emrantia and Emabawa. Right now, NDC has shifted away from 14% unemployment rate, and they say almost they are singing a monetary policy.
So what is the unemployment rate now?
Hey, someone account it was on back at the
okay, but that's
30.7.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, open your from Aluta from you, Yentio.
I'm sure we Pedro Mama my Ghana. I'm sure we Pedro Mano after me papa. It's Yana Gyamfi.
Oh, may I say, hello, good morning.
But you go to passing Jane come on.
Yamete as young council, Yentio.
But I may say, Namia Kofi watching. Mamma and this in communication, Mamma Basso. Namin Chief Peter President, Dr. Frank Amakwe, Minister, Santa Region, I'm Chamana, Metiana. We are budget a buyer. We are stressing NDC no cre. Ya grace say, on better to mine. And to penny forecast and be almost a sank of our wingy. And young one was a Ghana for esa ko fa Ira John Dramani ma ama ban ba ye say omra meboa no kre budget no ye rehye mu say aban ni be ye nnuma ne akwan ni titiru pa ye emme a wo so wodi your friends and the sim no be just adwuma no.
Okay, me da say mauni abi somra. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Obani ma che.
Nyameti ase yenti o.
Ah, from Hamza. Kata free mu.
Hamza yenti o.
Nyapo ponshia, we fa kwanya hye na kwasi. Na ye fa na ase ni mu ode pa ma agric minister. Ye kokosu nyina participate. Ye kokosu nyina papa no nsa wombi. Ye ripopo nyapo pon ka no pa no nyame tia na John Romani mama de. Papa no say okotena ate no wasua de o. Osua de nti de bia ko to aka say papa no kotena ate ade sie wasua no enya santo a atofo de so nyapo ponshia no pa ni nyuma pa. Also oya magana nyame hia me da.
Enti wutie nsem a owura no ka na among all the communicators a omo ho no nyina no among all the communicators a omo ko hia ho no nyina no you can attest to that fact say yewura Hussein Ibrahim our Ashanti Regional Communications yewura Dr. Frank Amwakohene Ashanti Regional Minister na kwada. He can communicate very well among all the communicators from Kotinaho. And it is obvious say Urano Adjumabo Bill. The young shall grow. These are the people I was NDC. Any and I've always been saying say political party be empo kubi empo abusnebi ebekoswa. The younger generation. What? A younger generation. And kwadana omo abusuani no omo eno mbenyini ababisi abusuane anan. Inti se NPP ene party ni nya kodo. Ene party ni gina yie. Ene party ni sebi oburusi benyado niema nkoyia. Because they are not giving the young ones chance. Mokai se emrebi Mufachebe. Mokai se emrebi afenyo marking. Mokai se emrebi afenyo marking eba montin so edi nsembi ebetu dwa. Na ochiremu a NPP omunkrofo mo universities aye Tesco. Say they are not contributing. They are not having interest in the party again. But NDC nkrofo tena. You can attest to the fact how things are being done and how people are rushing to join that NDC than MPP. Inti anyes MPP for anymore. They themselves know very well that this is the time for them to cooperate with the young ones. This is the time for them to give the young ones chances. For them to exhibit their skills, communication skills. Ankana ne yaka se NDC illiterate sebi omo munimade omuku ene anye sebia ene uko MPP NDC mukrana ene yewo judges yewo lawyers yewo all the high standard academians eno mo party demo. Inti MPP for epe omunimo year they should learn from NDC at this moment. Okay, Sammy Gyamfi Jr. Hussein, the guy is not up to 30 years, but he is such a brilliant guy. He is such a intelligent. He communicates well. He sends out with good analysis and top-notch evidence. Anything that he raises and he makes sure say or the evidence better back with any arguments. Unlike the MPP people, they will be speculating and saying a whole lot of things without bringing out evidence. It tells you a lot. na memfa wo si nyankopɔn hyira wo makra bye bye